Nation. Good morning to everyone around the world, all people. Good morning. Have a beautiful day. Wish it was that easy, right? Well, click like, subscribe, share, go into the playlist. A lot of different topics with questions that we face every day, as well as different views, different ways of looking at those same situations. So check out the playlist. And thank you for the new subscribers who came to the channel. Thank you, everybody. You're all welcome. There's always something, to be shared, to be learned, and happy to have you here. Today's topic, a good topic for a Monday. It is entitled "The Value of You." To know your value. We have a lot of different strengths that comes with changing and growing and maturing, and with all these positive changes, there's also strengths to protect the changes that we make, and we're going to discuss some of those strengths today. But first, I want to start out with a quote from it pertains to exactly what it is that we're talking about, and how that strength that you have and how to use that strength within. And the quote goes, "Without loyalty, there is no honor." And this is from the writers of the World of Warcraft. And this statement was made where the war was already won. And the person who made this quote, his name is Saurfang. And Saurfang was selling Sylvanas, Windrunner, who was the general of this group of people, and they were already defeated. They were already retreated. They were completely wiped out. But Sylvanas wanted to take it one step further. She wanted to destroy a sacred tree that was not only sacred to the people on the land, which they had already defeated, but also to the people upon the earth. They all valued this sacred place. So when she destroyed it, Saurfang, her first in command, said straight out to her, look, there was no honor in this. I don't agree with it. So that was a strength, although, it's the scenario it's used in, but it was a strength that he used, and I want to show us how we can use that same strength, because the two words in which that quote was made are something that we possess, which is loyalty and honor. So we know that these words hold true today. Attributes such as loyalty and honesty are being replaced with selfishness, gain, manipulation, even as far as brainwashing. There's so many negative games that are being run out here in this world, and those are just two of them. So it's all a part of that me first type deal. But we need to ask ourselves, how did we get here? Just yesterday, a person's word meant something. A person's character was defined by the morals and values in which a person stood upon. So, a person didn't just, speak it. The person actually lived it. And we don't see this. We see a lot of masks. We see a lot of people who present themselves in one way but are not that way. So we want to remain strong in our frame and use, the attributes that we have, the qualities that we have to, strengthen ourselves, almost like a protective barrier. So, what we see in today is that a person reads the fine print first. Where before, you just take it out, throw that little piece of paper away. No, that paper is being read even before the product is being assembled or, taken out of the box, because we know now that fine print is always going to come back to haunt you. So, it's a negative way in which we have to live, where, honesty and loyalty and trust are, becoming things of the past. But it doesn't have to change us, and that's why we're here. So, a person, even as far as speaking, a person believes half of what a person tells them these days. And sometimes, in some cases, sometimes people don't believe you at all. So to live in a world like this, do we fall into that category? Should we become the same? And the answer is no, because we have something that most people don't, which is light. We're still holding on to our light. So we know that circumstances can change a person. So we know that time has changed many people, some for the better, some not so for the better. However, many of us are still stand-up people, and we still exist today. Although it doesn't seem like it seems like we're far and few, we're really, really not. There are more of us, people who want to get along together than there are people who want to live in a more selfish way, in a me-first way. And that's surprising, but it is the truth. And because of this quality and these qualities that we possess, it makes the road to happiness and purpose, more confusing for us at times, and spiritually draining, upon other times. So, once we understand it and we know that these things are caused by it, now we have to change that. And we can take a new approach, and that approach is by exerting our light. While becoming self-aware, we do not allow our strengths to enhance or empower our characteristics. So, we have an internal strength that has been built up to match, the positive qualities that we possess. But we don't use that strength. So to go back to the original quote, where there is no honor, even though Sour Fang knew that by making this comment to, the leader of this group, that he was literally done. It was over. But he did the right thing, and he stood. And anyone who has, watched the World of Warcraft, he survived that. Even making that comment, he survived it. She left him for dead, but, he survived it. And, we can survive those things too and still stand our ground. So the reason that we hold back is, the changes in which we accomplish, we feel fearful, to offend others. So even though we have these strengths, and even though we see things for what they actually are, as far as exerting that strength, there's still a fear. And by having that fear, then we are not allowing our higher power to work within us, because our higher power has empowered us to take on this new strength and to exert that new strength, to present that barrier. Because by presenting that barrier, to go back to the original quote, there were people that followed Sour Fang who said, hey, this was wrong, we didn't sign up for this. So sometimes, that barrier and that strength that you put up, it draws others into your light to say, hey, this person, even though they know that, they've had a falling out now, they can never rise to that position again. They gave up that position for, the people. So therefore, there's compassion and people follow. And that's what we want for us, that when, we stand within our value, we understand that value, and we don't allow things to diminish it, even in the smallest of circumstance. So by standing by our honor and our loyalty and character, we can remain truthful in all that we do in life. So, we can hold it and we can be honest. And not everyone's going to be honest, whether it be one person or whether it be many people, whether it be a job, wherever it may be, within a social circle. You're gonna face people that, they're not honest in what they do. But the thing that distinguishes you being stressed out, or I being stressed out, or we being stressed out over it and falling into that cycle of the roller coaster, we step back. We already know that we've been honest. We know that, that whatever has caused this tension is, is something that's coming from external. So we don't take on that stress, and that's where that strength kicks in for us. It doesn't allow us to take on a full brunt of something that is a stressful situation. We're able to define this situation and put stress where it belongs, which allows us to live a more happier and a more purposeful life by, using the qualities that we have, especially, using the tools of time and patience. Because as long as we use time and patience in everything, we'll be able to look into and see every situation instead of running up to a situation blindly and then trying to find our way out. We want to reverse that. We want to see where we're going, and we want to know where we're going. And with that, everyone, that is the most powerful Monday that we can actually start out with. I'm happy to start this Monday out with you. Thankful for, you know, the support in which everyone has given. And with that, everyone, have an awesome day. Again, click like, subscribe, share this, go into the playlist. With this, everyone, have the most beautiful day. Have the most awesome day. All people, all races, all languages, all over the world, and especially overseas. Peace and blessings.